what that meant is sprinting from one baseline to the other. Every time you touch the baseline, that counted as one. So a 4 meant down and back. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Down and back twice. 1, 2, 3, 4. Each baseline you touch counted as one. And you have a certain time limit to do it. So he would put maybe 28 seconds on the clock or 25 seconds, and you had to do all four. You had to touch all four lines and cross the last line before the clock hit all zeros. And if you didn't do it, you had to do it again. Or if one person came up short, and the whole team had to do it again. It'd be something like that. But that's a deadline. If a coach imposes that deadline and you respect it, you find a way to make it work. If your school teacher says, okay, the paper is due on this day, if you are late, then you get an F and you need that grade, you respect it. Your boss says, get this on my desk by 5 p.m. today, you get it done. If your parents gave you a deadline, you do it. So the same way you would honor the deadlines of people in authority whom you respect, show yourself that same respect. Okay? You will make it happen in the allotted time when you respect the allotted time that has been given, but you must respect it. Point number 2. Topic once again today is why you need deadlines. Number 2, one of the best ways to get things done is having to do things. One of the best ways to get something done is being in a position where it has to get done. Not it would be nice for it to get done, not maybe one day I'll get it done, but when it has to get done, usually we get things done. I believe it's FedEx. I believe it's Federal Express, the company that whose slogan is when it absolutely has to be there, then you go with Federal Express. I think that's their slogan. They're not that famous for that slogan, but I believe that is their slogan. Let me see if I can find it. And the whole point is when you know that you have to get something done, you find a way to get it done. So let's see. Yeah, it says FedEx created and evolved its iconic brand slogans to when it absolutely positively needs to be there overnight. That is FedEx's slogan. Now I don't think they even use that slogan much in their marketing, but that is what FedEx is about. So if you absolutely positively need to get something from where you are to where it needs to be overnight, then usually FedEx it, right? You might go to U.S. Postal Service and use their overnight express mail, but FedEx tends to be more reliable, at least from what I've heard and in my experience. I don't usually ship packages overnight, but from what I've heard from people who do a lot of that, FedEx overnight is the best option for that. So the point is, one of the best ways to get things done is having to do them. So this again points to you respecting mandates that you have given yourself or that have been given to you for something to get done. Do you honor your own commitments to yourself the same way you honor a commitment that was put on you by a person who has authority, again, such as your boss at work? Do you honor your commitments to you the same way you honor a commitment that you make to your boss? And you might not even make a commitment to your boss, but because you work there, you have given in a tacit commitment that you're going to do whatever the boss says. And if you don't do what the boss says, then the boss has the authority to do something that will put you in a bad spot. So you respect it, all right, without even having to say it. Do you respect your own commitments the same way? That's the question. You respect your commitments the same way you respect the commitment that they put on you. There is no reason why you can't show yourself the same level of respect and show your business and your goals the same level of respect. There's nothing stopping you from doing this. So if you're going to be a high level performer, the accountability starts with the person in the mirror. So of course you want to be able to inspire and motivate and help other people with whatever you do, especially those who are entrepreneurs, because you have to help people in order to help yourself. But if you're not holding yourself accountable, how are you ever going to hold anybody else accountable? That kind of doesn't make sense. So it doesn't mean that you cannot use accountability from others, but you must hold yourself to a certain level of accountability in order for others to be able to hold you to accountability. So if I'm going to hold you accountable, you have to have some accountability with yourself to the fact that, okay, whatever this person is telling me, I'm going to make sure I follow through on it. You got to have some kind of conversation with yourself about that in order for me to have a conversation with you. This all starts on the inside and it expands to the outside. It shows on the outside, but it starts on the inside. So understand that having to do things does not necessarily mean you're in a life or death situation. It just means that you need to respect your time and your commitments the same way that you would respect something being imposed on you by someone else. To give you an example, when I was 19 years of age, this was like the tail end of my freshman year of college. I was going to this school called Penn State Abington, which is a branch campus of Penn State University.